Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming and welcome back to Transport Fever Sandbox Edition. And in this episode we will continue with our Major Freight Overhaul. I made a few changes, I made a few improvements. Most notably, I'm going to make the Gilbert Iron and Coal line a little bit more efficient. It will no longer have to go up to the construction materials plant here because I've decided to integrate the construction materials line into a new distribution into Riverside. So what we have is essentially two truck lines. One is the, not that one, Norfolk Slag, which goes from here over to here. So basically our trains will just run back into here with the slag, drop it off, haul it up to here, and then any construction materials that get produced here can get distributed down to here. And then with Riverside, where is the line? I set the line up. Riverside ConMat, where are you? Oh, that's right, you're going to a tram station, apparently. About that. The benefit, of course, to this kind of setup is because, of course, we have a steel mill here. And if you know what a steel mill produces, it produces slag, which can get distributed down to here, over to here, over to here. So we'll be able to get some slag over here, although that might overload the quarry because reasons. This is producing 1464, and this is up to 1380. Yeah, about that. And we have require 1500 for stone and 102 for slag, and 96. Yeah, this will ramp up just because we'll be able to supply into Riverside. And depending on, we have Riverside logs, which just goes up to there. Just goes to there. Actually, potentially construction materials can float back this way, along with logs. Not ideal, but they can end up getting over here to Augusta. That's an option. We also have Riverside Santa Clarita Steel, which goes off in that direction, and that supplies Santa Clarita machines. It's entirely possible that... no. If I were to drop off construction materials here, then what I could do is then it can get distributed into Santa Clarita. That is a possibility, because I don't think there is any construction materials over in that side of the map. That's quite a possibility. So yeah, multi-use. It's a thing. So we also have the TFM. So those are two also options, future possibility, that in addition to steel and logs, we can haul construction materials. So that will ramp up the demand for that if we were to utilize those. So we potentially have Norfolk, Riverside, and Augusta's demand into this construction materials plant. So yeah, we are going to definitely want to set these up. We're going to buy two of these for the Riverside ConMat line. And over here, we are going to buy road vehicles, Freightliner, Cascadia, and the Norfolk Slag. And now what we would like to do is we're going to take the Gilbert Iron and Coal line, which has 355 units there, and we are going to reduce, although with that said, we might want to... Here's a question. I'm running these 160 km/h trains, but are any of them actually able to get up to speed, or is... yeah, about that. I might convert this, so actually no, I definitely am. What I'd like to do though, you're on your way to Patterson Coal. Okay, you're fine. You're going to Patterson Coal. You are going to Gilbert Steel. Okay, over there, Gilbert Steel. And Riverside Iron, which is over here. So no one is going to... Alright about that. And no one is carrying any slag. So what we're going to do is just remove... this is Norfolk Freight Station 1. Going to just get rid of that. And now it just goes direct. A little bit more efficient. So yeah, about that. They no longer have that hill climb to do. And one thing I could do... Yep, we are going to... replacement out. Okay, that brings up the proposed train. We want just the GE C40s. Since we're running on the mixed line, the 160 km/h top speed is not really going to be as useful. We are going to obviously want max length trains. And we are just going to replace now. 23.8 million, sure, no problem. It'll make that line cheaper since we'll be running less running costs. Let's let that run. And so basically at this point in time, we pretty much do not need... Yeah, this train station or this train station. First off, yep. It does not connect to that, so stone won't transfer over to here. Yeah, I bet that. So, we could completely abolish that line, because we no longer need... Yeah, we don't even have that line. Do I keep the rail? I don't plan to have anything running that way. Possibly. Maybe sometime in the future having machines flow up this way. Although we do have the machines flowing that way, so no. Machines and goods over here. We are, for now, just going to disconnect this. Let's let it run on one speed. It served a purpose. That purpose no longer exists. And in future series, I will be focusing more on optimizing the production chains. So, yeah, a bit of that. And of course, we have a few bits of track. Yeah, we're just going to... And yeah, this crossover, which took some time to build, but it's all for the best. I'm pretty sure the trucks will be as, if not more profitable than the train setup I had. This will make, obviously, the slag train even more profitable. Since it no longer has a section of the trip that is running empty. So it is max profitability. Yeah, let's just get rid of this. Say goodbye to this line. Wow. Now, check to see if we've left anything. Let's pause it. Now, if we've left anything, we should be able to see. Nope. All right, awesome. Clear that out. And those. We want to get rid of that. And that is clean. Five rails running the length of the map. Actually, we got these. And that's another thing. We might do a little bit of passenger expansion. I set this line up off screen. I'm not sure if I expanded the passenger station on screen. But we have 60. Oh, those are just crossovers. Okay. But yeah, we can, if we want to, extend the Toledo Simi Valley run. Or no, not the Toledo Simi Valley run. We could do the Augusta to Simi Valley run. Yeah, Augusta to Simi Valley. Close that off. And extend travel going right over to here. That is a possibility. Yep, we are going to do it. All right, so Simi Valley, we want to add stop all the way over here to Cedar Rapids. That goes in there. We'll lock it, not that we actually have to. Augusta, it has to go in there anyway. Downey, if we don't do this, something will happen and it'll flip around for whatever reason. Even though it should otherwise be impossible for it to shift itself, the game will find a way. Alright, so that increases the frequency of that line to 12 minutes. So what we are going to want to do, let's just check the various line stops on that line. We have 246 that want to go Toledo to Simi Valley, only 41 wanting to go to Augusta, most likely. We have Augusta, Simi Valley, not that many. And here we got Augusta to Miramar. No, I could probably Miramar. Yes, indeed. 70 Augusta to Simi Valley. We are going to buy trains. The GE. Let's just check the line. Augusta, Simi Valley. Yep. What I might do. This is leaving Simi Valley, or no, leaving Downey, going towards Simi Valley. This is going to Augusta. Do I want to reduce the capacity and then, yeah, sure. We're going to reduce the capacity because we don't really have a whole ton of passengers on the line. We are making a profit of 4.54 million. So we are basically removing 2 wagons off the line. You have to pay 16.4. Sure, it will refresh the train. And now we want to add, where's the bombardier? 2, 3. So that increases the capacity of the line by 1 extra. And now 3 more extra. We're going to throw this on the Augusta to Simi Valley line. And then we will return back to over here. If we check There's nothing showing up there. I wouldn't expect anything to. It'll take time for our lines to detect that change. What I would like to do actually in this case bring this $40, yep. And now we are going to switch over actually we can switch over. We want this, we don't want this crossover. Bother. That. And so we are Patterson Planks and Gilbert Iron and Coal. We want Gilbert Iron and Coal to lock to number 2. We don't want it to change. And then we are going to need signals there. We got a signal there. And so what we want to do, first of all, Chula Vista waypoint. Patterson Planks. All right. Game did a little funky stuff, so Chula Vista waypoint and then Gilbert signal. What we want is it to utilize that signal and it'll come back on that side. Let's just force it. So what should happen in this case is that the iron ore train will not interfere with the other train coming through. So about that. Unless, of course, the second one is blocking the way. Do we have signals over here? We might. No, we don't. Well, about that. Let's just get rid of that. And we want to crossover there, crossover there, and this could definitely help with improving frequency, as most likely our trains have been holding, causing some slowdowns. Let's let that run. On to speed, just speed 2. And the train's waiting. That one's waiting. This one is moving. Where is that stone going to? It's probably going to drop off at here. Most likely to be transferred over to the Waco line. Interesting. Almost think I should have the signal right about here. Because if the train is waiting there instead of there, what will happen is that these barriers will not drop and it means traffic will go through. Like that. Alright, about that. So yeah, if the train's waiting here instead of over here, this road will be clear. Gilbert Iron and Coal. Yep. Although with that said, why? Actually, no. Yeah, there must have been excess demand for stone that wasn't supplied by there. If we check over here, has this been producing? We should check to see if we actually have vehicles online. Yes, we do. We have at least one. This has 67 stored. We're waiting for iron ore. Take a look at these. You have bother. That is a Riverside ConMat truck. Alright, I knew I probably forgot something. Let's get this Riverside Steel set up. I probably didn't get it set up just because we didn't actually have a source of iron coming in. What iron were we using for Riverside Steel? Riverside Steel was using Ontario iron ore. Which is actually over here. Yeah, that's the thing. I decided to take this. Or wait a minute. No. This is going to Palm Bay. That means Phoenix iron ore. Yep, I decided to change that up. This is going to go by truck over there into there. Okay, so it is able to supply. We have 2 vehicles. They've been running 4 years. Let's add a couple more freight liners just to get the capacity or the frequency up. This is at a 26 production, so that is a thing. If we take a look at our industries and we look at the limits and we sort, oh nice. Previously I had down to about here in number of industries that had 0 production and a 100 limit. Although that said, okay, no, we still have factories who are not producing. We have several that have shut down even though they have upgraded once or twice. And just to make sure, do we have any trucks on this line? Of course not. It would help if we put trucks on the line. We'll put 3 on McKinney Coal. Alright, that's what we're doing right now. Let's check the... Actually, let's just check all the lines in general. And we are going to have to cycle through these. Our planes are doing decently. Relative. 1.07 million loss or profit. Oh, bother. Cedar trams. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. We'll have to do that later. I replaced and upgraded the Cedar Rapids trams. We have, yeah, these are all trams. Let's see, what else do we got? We have a road vehicle that has reached its lifetime. Cape Coral. Where's that one there? Okay, about that. Replacement. Freightliner. And we're just going to select to turn it on. we have a couple Ford Model 77s in this depot. Why do we have in the depot? We have 5 trains that are heading for depot. Wow. So we're going to be continuing to pay running costs on these. Alright about that. Phoenix. Which lines are here in Phoenix? Did I intend to put them on RT2? Quite possibly. Throw them on RT2. And those are making a little bit of profit, which is nice. What else do we got? Let's let that run. And was there one that was Cape Coral ConMat? Do we want that one operational? Actually, not really. What I'm going to do, and yeah, it looks like Patterson ConMat is getting steel and construction materials. Great. Awesome. Yep, so our train is hauling the steel from here to here so that it can take the rest of the way on truck. Well, there you have it. Cargo prefers cheap rather than fast. Otherwise, it would have taken the train and dropped off there. What I would like to do, we are going to check this. Vehicles. They're not hauling anything right now. Although they're all heading back to Miramar Steel, so that is the thing. We do have a lot of steel there, so we might want to ramp this line up. Vehicles, yep, we're going to that in. We are going to double 4, 5, and 6 double triple. We'll replace now $8.32 million. That's fine. Alright about that. So Cape Coral ConMat, I kind of want to get rid of it. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. Because we have ConMat down here, we have ConMat up here. We do not need a third source of ConMat going into Cape Coral. Anything else we want to add vehicles on the line for? Let's let that run. Let's get rid of that. And we have Columbus Steel. Yes, we need that. We need that. In the future, what I might just do is just put the trucks on the line rather than waiting to do it on screen because I'll probably forget. You know what? We will run a Ford Model 77 because it's such a short trip. RF Denver. And yep, this I ended up spending replacing out some of my truck stations with these ones. So it goes right through there. Quite nice. Do we have much here? Not really. We'll leave that truck on the line. Wow, we got lots of plastics. Upper Ontario and Ventura Freight. So Ventura Freight, most likely those plastics are trying to make their way over there. So that is interesting. I'd rather give them a more direct path, although with that said, they can pick up here because I have, I think, yeah, the TFM comes right into here, picks up, and yeah, it is picking up. It's also picking up goods, so that's another possibility of distribution. So yeah, goods and plastics can get shipped up here, and then the plastics can get shipped back to here, and then transferred over to there. And we got livestock, 119 of it. We have one truck on or train on the line, 43 years old. Although with that said, you are you're the venture. Okay, I really gotta check this out. Ontario Logs goes from Upper Ontario, so over here to the Palm Bay Sawmill, which is all the way over here, and somehow it's trying to get to the Palm Bay Sawmill through Ventura. Huh? Oh, wow. I must have altered a route or changed something up with that. Or that train... It had to have come in through here. Was it in this platform or somewhere in here originally, and then it decided to go that way because that was its only option? You know what? Oh, you have 22 on you. No, we're gonna send you back to depot. You cannot be going this way. Okay, fine. Go on the TFM, and then we are going to put a depot over here. That, completely unexpected. Go back and be sold. I can't bother to deal with you. So, wow. This has been sitting for a few years. I have a feeling I know what happened to it, because I did do some restructuring some time ago in Upper Ontario, but I can't imagine how it got over there. Has it really been sitting there for that long? Although with that said, there's no reason that this really? Really? So you weren't the issue. You were the issue, or rather the line was the freaking issue. Jeez. And yeah, you only picked up 22. There's a whole bunch sitting here. What I'm going to do, we are going to give you a replacement order. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Replace now. Because what we want to do is buy trains. Four, 5, 6. And we are going to want to clone it. Venture to Ontario. Okay, where was I? I completely lost what I was doing at the time. RF Downey. Actually, I probably should utilize this line. So do I have a depot nearby? We are going to throw some Ford Model 77s on RF Downey. That's right, we were adding vehicles to the various lines. We have Henderson Plastics. We got McKinney Steel. We're definitely going to need that, otherwise we're not going to be making steel. We're not going to see a demand for coal and iron, so that will of course affect our other lines. Let's put 2 on the line and McKinney Steel. Yeah, it's a good idea that we get this done. Miramar iron ore. And if we want to be able to supply the steel mill, we are going to need this as well. Buy road vehicles. We'll buy 2 for now, and we will put on Miramar iron ore. And then we want, let's start that. RF Santa Clarita and RF Santa Clarita Plastics. Alright, RF Santa Clarita, yes, we are going to want, that's a train depot. We do not have a depot over here. Alright, so we are going to throw truck depot, and for this, what we have is it coming from here into a truck station there, into a truck station there. Let's just run some Ford Model 77s, RF Santa Clarita. And Santa Clarita Plastics, I think the goal was to... I almost could take the iron ore into here and find a way to haul the iron ore. Nah, we'll truck it in like that. What was I going to do with that? Actually, if I were to connect this with this, food can flow back this way. Yep. Probably what I was thinking about doing is bringing stuff into here, then trucking the oil up to here. Then I decided to add a station and all that. Let's buy road vehicles, Freightliner. We might as well run it. And anything else we want to run? If we can get all of our industries up and running with vehicles, we should be able to get the industrialist achievement, which is to connect all the industries. I suspect they have to be producing, so it's just going to be a matter of time, as long as our lines are not too long. This one here, Patterson to Downey, 1 train, yet we're going to switch it out. Let's get rid of that. And we are going to want the standard boxcar. And we want max length. Oh no, not that max length. As we were running 19 of those. It's hauling a decent amount, although it's losing us money, although entirely possible that... Yep. Replace now, $12.9 million. That we don't need to worry about, and other than that, the Augusta to Simi Valley line, 844K, 6-minute frequency. We have the Henderson Cape Coral is making $34.9 million. Nice. TPHS Memphis to Ventura. What is that running? Those are those 1.67 million. That's fine. Santa Clarita to Waco is $28.1 million. Tampa to Cedar Rapids, $27.0 million. And Toledo's Simi Valley. So we pretty much have all of our existing lines and set up with vehicles. If we take a look at this, we can still see that, yeah, we have a lot of stuff that is simply not producing right now. It could just be a matter of time. We're just going to run things on 2-speed and see if we ramp up more production. Palm Bay Sawmill seems to be... oh, it dropped. Where is the... if we take a look at product... yeah, let's just... is this the Palm Bay Forestry? Yep. This has 1,312 in it, so since we checked that, it's only used about 50 logs, so yeah, about that. Looks like all of our forest, with the exception of the Denver forest, has production. Well, that is ramping up production. Interesting. Trying to ship more logs. What this message typically means is ramp up the potential. It's not telling you to actually ship more of them. And we got lots of logs here. 366 on the Patterson Planks line. We have 11 wagons on these. This is making us $18.3 million on 11 of profit. So we're looking at maybe a 2.5 to 1 ratio. And it's running both ways, so it can only gain more profitability by adding more trains on the line. Although, what's happening with all the planks? $23 over there. We have 214 stored. So it simply isn't producing them fast enough. Try to deliver more logs. Well, we can. We certainly can. It has a production of 148. Wow. So that production has dropped just a bit. But we do want to add more trains on the line. At this point, though, what I'm going to do is take a break here. But before we do, actually, no, we're not going to add more trains on the line. We are going to... yeah, we have 5 of them. What is the frequency? Yeah, this will be the last thing I do. Patterson Planks, 5-minute frequency. It's $12.5 million. We are going to replace this out. And we are going to add... yeah, even more state cars. 5, we're going to replace it, pay $24.2 million. Anyway, at this point in time, this is going to be it. We're going to end it here because reasons. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever Sandbox Edition. We are coming down to the last final episodes, like I mentioned in either last episode or this episode. I will be doing a final finale, non-commentary, ride along on the various lines. Let me know down in the comments which lines you would like to be included in the ride along. I will definitely be doing most of the main passenger lines, but other than that, there are a few that I'll probably skip. I'll be doing some of the freight lines. We might do some flights in the plains, and I definitely want to do at least one run along the river. Anyway, your comments definitely will contribute to the ride-along episode. Just because I won't be doing that episode quite yet, I'll be giving it some time. I'll be switching over to some other series, but I do want to return to this for the one final time once I've beautified all the prospective routes and make it look nice. Hopefully get a bit better production. Anyway, Thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever Sandbox Edition. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SB Gaming, and as always, have a good day.